Hello, good evening, and welcome to Taff's Word Live. Kev's back.
I'm
Been
back.
far, far too long, my friend. Leaving me to do this all on my own. What are you like, eh? Some
Yeah,
friends
that's
you
it.
are. But yes, guys, we didn't have one last week, of course. Father's Day had plans. Obviously, with Leanne, we got my dad, her dad, to look out for on that day, and Kev, obviously, being a dad, would have been spending time with his kids. So it was just one of them things last week. But we're back, and quite excitingly, we could be having some very featured guests coming up. But I can't really tell you too much about that right now. But just erase your curiosity for now. But as we know, this is a all football chat, so this isn't going to be dominated by the great Newport County, of course. Although it does tend to be. But then we do try to talk about as much football as we can. The Women's World Cup's going on at the moment. Controversy from the England and Cameroon game, we'll talk about that. The European Under 21s men's competition is on. So
England out of that.
England are out with possibly the best squad by far in the competition. AD Boothroyd taking an awful lot of flack for
What was
that
it,
one.
4-2, wasn't it? Was it 4-2 they lost?
So Rick Staddy, come on, Taff, who cares about women's football, mate? Within an age of equality now, I suppose we've got to care, haven't we? But I mean, fair play to those girls though. They do know how to play. So it's not as if they're crap or anything like that. They are very, very good football
Well, the
players.
other thing as well I want to say about women's football is Soccer League last week, seeing
Yeah.
some women involved in that.
Mm.
And to be fair, that one, I don't know what her name was, the one who was on for 70 minutes, played
Yeah.
quite well, to be
Yeah.
fair. And some of the tackles as well.
Mm. Yeah.
So it's good to see, really.
Yeah, and obviously the World Cup is getting an awful lot of attention at the moment from the footballing world. The one thing I don't agree with is the call for equal pay. At the end of the day, there's so much more money in the men's game, so there's more money to get paid out. I think if you're looking at a percentage basis, women should get a percentage of revenue generated in their game in comparison to what men get. I say go for the same percentage, but for women to be on £300,000 a week when their game barely brings that in.
Yeah, I think you've got to look at sponsors and stuff like that.
Mm.
If it get more, obviously, as it progresses, women's football, then they're going to get the more money in there.
Yeah. So Marcus May, evening lads. What's your opinions on VAR?
My general opinion on it, why even have it? Yeah, big decisions go against teams. We had it obviously in the playoff final,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's spoiling the game, to be honest. I'm more back an old traditional supporter
Mm-hmm.
where it's part of the game. You have a decision go against you. It happens. You have one that goes for you, which is not the right decision.
Mm.
So to me, I think just leave it well alone. To be honest, I think VAR it's part of the game where you get decisions go against you. As I said, it always has been.
Mm-hmm.
Why suddenly change it now?
Well, see, for me, I'm on the complete opposite side on that one. In my opinion, a lot of things have been spoilt by poor decisions in the past. So I'm very much for it, just because. I mean, as much as it can swing in roundabouts, we might get a decision, Newport County, for example, against Morecambe at home.
Well,
when it goes that
an
way.
example I seen the other day on internet somewhere. VAR used for a penalty where the keeper had moved off the line.
Yeah.
Now, okay, keeper moved off the line, saved the goal. I think it was one of the Women's World Cup games.
Yeah.
Right?
Scotland,
so the penalty's retaken again. But the keeper's moved again, but this time she scores. So why isn't it taken again then? Because the keeper moved twice.
Yeah, I agree. But then I suppose.
So what are you going to say?
The keeper did something to gain an advantage.
Yeah. So the keeper, keepers does something to gain an advantage. But my argument is, what VAR didn't pick it up on the second goal.
Yeah.
So you could turn it around on the club who it went against and say, well, the keeper moved again.
Suppose you're right. If you look at it in the sort of black and white
then,
sort of
so
thing.
why have VAR at all doing that? It was just every keeper moves off his line.
I think if someone's tried to get an advantage for them and it's not worked, I think.
Yeah, but then
the other
it's
team
only
shouldn't get
worded
penalised
if
for that,
someone's got an advantage. If you're going to punish a keeper for moving off a line, then if they score a penalty, you punish a keeper for moving off a line. You get it taken again until
But
that
then if
keeper
they
stands
scored
still.
the penalty, though, you're punishing the other team
Well,
that hasn't done anything wrong. Then
But I get that. But in the beginning,
yeah, I mean, for me,
You've got to be
I-
consistent. You can't just say, "Oh, because you scored."
I get the
keep-
consistency part,
You
yeah.
got to get consistent. So you might have scored, the keeper off the line. Well, sorry, that keeper moved off his line
Yeah.
or her line. So you got taken again. You just keep going until either keeper gets booked and gets sent off, or you keep going until that keeper stands still.
Thank God we're not on FIFA, otherwise it'd be our job to find the solution to this. But for me, I'm very much for making sure we're utilising the technological advances. I mean,
I think VAR should only be used. You get offside decisions and stuff like this, but I think it's starting to go too far. VAR with it. At the end of the day,
VAR, as long as it's not used
if it's a
for
goal
freaking
scoring,
everything.
if it's offside and the goal hasn't been scored, why even use VAR? Waste of time.
Suppose.
It should only be on decisions where a goal has been scored and it's a mile offside. Fair enough. But if it's just offside, what's the point?
To be honest, I think having the debate about VAR. I mean, whether you like it or not is one debate to have. I think whether it should be used or not, I think that ship has sailed now. I think VAR's here to stay. I think it's here and it's here to stay, and I think they can perfect it. The elements of it that are ruining the game is for a lot of people is the amount of time it takes to get a decision.
But it was one today now
When they
on the
perfect
England's women game where they call for a penalty. And the players tackle the player, but the ball's been passed already to the next England player. She's not even interfering, they're never going to score a goal.
Yeah.
Yet they showed it on VAR 6 times. I could have told you the first time they won the penalty.
Yeah.
So why have VAR play it over and over and over again?
They got to get to a point where they get making these decisions a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to fall far behind now. Right. So before we go on, for those of you tuning in for a first time, looking to find out who's going to be the winner of the signed ball, you are in the right place, and we do have our list to share with you. The draw is going to be a little bit later, so we're going to get through our usual Q&A first. At the end, we're going to have some trivia as well as we have started doing. Although we're not going to allow the trivia to be the dominating subject matter of the conversation, because I have had some constructive criticism regarding that, and it has derailed the usual kind of chat that we're used to having into making it a big bloody football trivia fest. So I've got 3 questions tonight, which will come towards the end. And then also you've got the draw for the signed ball, which will be happening towards the end as well. So guys, you are in the right place if you want to find out if you won that ball. So whilst you're here, you may as well drop in some questions and we'll answer them for you. And it can be anything to do with football. So, best signing so far for County in both your opinions?
What, this season?
Best signing so far.
Better for me.
Yeah,
by no doubt whatsoever. Absolutely fantastic player.
I was going to say
how
exactly
he
the
pulled
same.
that one off, I don't know. Because
But,
there was 4 other teams after him as well. So.
And he's come to us. It just goes to show, that positive image that we're putting out there at the moment, the kind of player we can attract now.
Yeah.
With a manager like Michael Flynn, who's making a name for himself, who's, when you're seeing players like Dan Butler getting moves to better clubs, when you're seeing the likes of Aaron Collins and Regan Poole and that moving on to bigger clubs, for a young player to come and join the county, it's a progression opportunity. For a good aspiring young player. And we have signed some really good youthful players, and Ledbetter, for me, is that bit of experience as well to get on the fullback.
He's an old-fashioned right back as well, which replaces Pipey as well, really, at that position. So.
But does that mean Mickey Dimitriou's on the way out, though?
Well, who knows? I don't think so, because I don't think Marvel's going to start every game. I think he's there as backup.
Yeah.
If you look at it then, okay, you can put Bennett at the back, but I think he'd be used more in midfield.
Yeah.
If you have Mickey there, I know we've signed Ledbetter, he's a right back, so you've got a right back there. Technically, to me, we need a left back, an out-and-out left back.
Yeah.
So
Probably,
whether one of them new defenders can play there, you're still there. Only got 2 centre backs, along with O'Brien.
Yeah. And Jay Fulston as well.
So you're looking at that. I don't know. I don't think it means Dimitriou's on his way out. I don't.
Maybe it could mean if Dimitriou is signing a contract with us, that he could be pushed out to left back, which is where he started his Newport County career. But there we go. Did you hear that Cardiff want Labardi?
Yeah, of course they do. No chance. Not good enough for our league anyway. Too injury prone.
I can't. I know with Joe Day. I know Joe Day. I know definitely Joe Day.
If they sign Labadie, they'll be in League One next season, Cardiff, if that's the ambition they're going for. Nothing against Labadie. Injury prone, was he 30, 31 this year?
No, he's 28.
28, is he? But he's still injury prone anyway. and I don't think he's a championship player. He's a good player. I
Yeah.
don't think he's championship.
League One player
quality.
for sure.
Yeah, definitely League One. I don't
But
think
then if he wasn't so
I
injury
don't.
prone
You got to
again.
think of it. Cardiff were Premier League last year, so they are a top. If you looked at it, they'd probably be top 6 championship team at this particular moment. So can Labadie get in their squad? No chance.
So Ellis Richards, put a number 1 if you went to Wembley. I can't enter a number 1 myself, but there we go, number 1. And we're getting loads and loads of number 1s. Luke Wilkins, how are you going? Okay, you banana pumpkin-headed boxhead. Yeah, some of our old childish humour from back in the day. The banana milkshake debacle from back then. Me ape and all that bollocks. Lukey boy, good to have you here. Put number two if you support Liverpool. Bloody hell. So thanks for sharing my blog. I hope you all enjoy reading it. So that there, come on the port, is Luke Lewis. So yeah, a very, very talented, aspiring young sports journalist there in Luke Lewis. He'll be putting out plenty of work through the Amber Army social media streams. So make sure you get on that. Some very good reads there.
Thank you, Marcus May. I'll be waiting for someone to ask her.
Thoughts on Dolan signing a 2-year deal?
Very surprised. Yes, I've had my crickets on Dolan, as you all know. To be fair, he played well, I think, towards the end of last season. He's lost a bit of weight. 2-year deal, no chance. I would have offered him a year. 2-year, I don't know where that's come from, to be honest.
Is there something in him that we've not
well,
seen?
I don't know. I think January last season, I was joking at the beginning of last season, he must have had something on Flinney because the amount of games he was playing, and he was absolutely diabolical. Got injured, and then seemed to come back when he played the Middlesbrough. Seemed to come back and he was doing well, and obviously he had his niggles. But a 2-year deal, I don't know. I think it's a big mistake, to be honest. A year deal, yes, and I would have kept him on, but 2 years, no. I think it's a massive, massive gamble, that is.
So, Byrie Beckford, is Messi to blame if Argentina get knocked out of the Copa America tonight? They have to beat Qatar. I don't think we can ever really blame Messi unless he makes himself the centre of attention at Argentina. You know, I mean, he is the centre of attention at Barcelona, but he's got the right players around him. At Argentina is different because they don't get to choose which players.
They say the same about Bale. The Wales, really.
That's a good point, yeah. But then I don't think Bale makes himself the centre
No,
of
he
attention.
don't. But then they all say
the media do it. Wales
are a one-man team. Without Bale, we're nowhere. Which we know to a point we're not. But the same with Argentina. They got some good players, but Bale plays for Real Madrid with better players around him. As does Messi play for Barcelona. So you can't really say. I'd say no. You can't blame Messi if they get knocked out.
It's a team game at the end of the day. Phil the Mofo train. If we had VAR in the playoffs, we would be in League One next season.
Totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Totally agree with you. But I still think it's spoiling the game. I do.
I think if it's used correctly and it gets the right decisions, it's fixing a problem for me personally with the game. Now, not everybody feels the same way about me, but in an injustice in football, because I love the game so much.
My argument is as well about they were one with the playoff final. Is why do you need VAR to see that's a penalty? You don't need VAR.
Well, that's a good point. But then sometimes referees can't.
Yeah, I get the referees get it wrong, but to me, you don't need VAR. You don't need VAR to see that's a penalty. Every other person, apart from the referee and the linesman, so is a penalty.
So Dan Short, well done, England ladies. Yes, quarter final of the World Cup, well done to them. Pop Balloon Boy, interesting name. What do you think Liverpool winning the Champions League? I think it's great. I quite like. I more than just quite like Liverpool. I grew up liking Liverpool. Number 1 is Newport County, of course, but I was delighted to see Liverpool win the Champions League. It was quite weird actually because Newport County's playoff journey and Liverpool's fight for the Premier League and the Champions League both came in tandem, because on the actual day that Newport County beat Mansfield in Mansfield to actually get into the final of the playoffs, Liverpool lost out on winning the Premier League. And then Newport County then lost the final of the playoffs, and then Liverpool went and won the Champions League. So I got one with one and one with the other. But if I could have it my way, I'd reverse that completely around for Liverpool to win the Premier League instead of the Champions League, and then for County to go up to League One. And I'm sure if West Ham were in the same position, Kev, you'd be doing the same thing, yeah.
I'd rather West Ham get relegated from the Premier League and County go up to League One. So
you think Day's moving to Cardiff? It seems very likely, doesn't it?
Well, I don't know, because I know Cardiff. Is it Everington or Everington, a top keeper?
Etheridge.
Now, there was talk of him moving on. I don't know if it was Newcastle or someone was coming.
Liverpool apparently as well.
But it's fallen through apparently, so I don't think he's moving anywhere. So I can't see Day going there to sit on the bench. I can't see Cardiff.
I think there's a lot of the summer left, and then Day wouldn't command a high wage, so there wouldn't be much of a risk for Cardiff to sign Day as a goalkeeper, as a backup goalkeeper.
There's not, but at the end of the day, it's
at least they've got someone there if someone does come in with a late bid for Etheridge, which they couldn't turn down. So Rob Parsons, fuck VAR. He's got his haters, he's got his fans. I'm sad Joe Day's going, says James Edwards. Yeah, of course, he's our longest serving player at the moment, so it is sad to see him go.
He's going, but obviously good things come to an end, as they say, and you've got to move on.
Yeah,
so you've got Tom King come in.
Yep.
Could you be a better keeper? Joe Day had his critics when he first came here. He wouldn't come off his line, he wouldn't catch balls, he's improved. I think this season he's been outstanding for us.
Yeah, I think his kicking's been a lot better as well.
He's getting a move, but he needs to feel, all right, yeah, if he goes to Cardiff, he doesn't get games, he don't get games, but at least he's then in a better environment.
Yeah.
With better coaches, more money, better coaches. He could be they may loan him back out to somebody, I don't know. Maybe. I can't see him coming back to us with Tom King coming in.
I wouldn't have thought they'd sign him to loan him anyway though, because he's too late in the day for that. I think he's getting towards his later 20s now, and they're going to want to, they're going to use him for their first team. Anyway, rest in peace. Oh yeah, of course, it's the first time that we've done this.
Does anyone know when his funeral is?
That's a really good point. If anyone knows any information on that, that would be fantastic. Thank you in advance on that.
Maybe John Luckett knows.
Well, yeah, if John is tuning in tonight, hopefully he may know something, being as he lives in Leytonstone, which is right by where Leyton Orient is. James Edwards, need to add VAR to League 2.
No, just need better refs.
Well, yeah, that would be the start. Get a better ref and then start introducing. End of the day, you don't give good technology to someone who's fucking hopeless.
Problem is, you say you add VAR to League 2. If you go to places like Macclesfield Town, where you need to add probably a better playing surface, better stands, better everything else, you could never put VAR in that ground. Impossible.
No, of course. And then besides, like I'm saying, like you're not going to give the best of technology to the worst of the worst. No. You're going to save the better stuff for the good people who can actually utilise it right.
Although I'm against it, if it's going to be used, it's got to be used in the big games. Like all the playoff finals should have had it.
100%, and the semi-finals.
And I think all the relegation and promotion games should have it.
Yeah, because where we had that point about VAR, we'd be in League One if we had VAR. If we had VAR for the semi-finals, we may not have even got to the final.
That's it. No, so you've got to look at that, and that's the thing.
And that's the fairness of it. That's where you've got to realise. Yeah, that's.
At the end of the day, everyone says we should have been. If it wasn't for VAR, we wouldn't be in League One. Yeah, I get the point, but if it wasn't for Mark O'Brien doing what he done, we could have been in League One.
Or if.
Because at the end of the day, he's on a yellow card.
It was a stupid challenge.
So
he didn't even need to make it either.
So you could argue if he kept 11 players on the pitch, we would have gone to penalties and we win a penalty shootout. And no one would be talking about VAR. So
no, of course, but then if Ammon had got the penalty 5 seconds before, it is a lot of ifs and buts.
At the end of the day, O'Brien shouldn't. To me, O'Brien shouldn't have done what he done, but that's another story. But
we've had our playoff journey. Now we're looking at
the top 3 finish. It's over with. Like we said, we were lucky against Mansfield in the home tie. To be honest.
So let's get catching up on some of these points now, because we're coming towards the 20-minute mark, and I don't want to keep people waiting too long to see who's won the signed ball. So let's see if we can catch up, and then we'll look to do the draw. So Nick Muller's in. Our Ipswich man. It's a shame. I was going to be looking forward to going to Ipswich.
Mr. James Norwood, gone to him.
Yeah, he'll be a good player for you, as much as he is a bit of a cock. Pop Balloon Boy, what do you think? Oh yeah, you've asked that already. What's your opinion on Real Madrid signings? Who they actually signed so far? I know they've signed Hazard, which is a freaking mental signing for them. That is excellent.
Wonder if they lend us Bale.
Yeah, I'd love that. But I know Real Madrid looking to sign Neymar as well, and they want freaking everyone going, don't they? Fair play, Real Madrid. Nick Muller, well done on the 10,000 view video. I'm not far myself on Rotherham video, 9,500. Mate, yeah, we have got quite a lot of videos on here that have beaten 10,000 views so far. We've had to delete a few, part of the whole YouTube new policies and things like that. We had to get rid of some where we've reused other people's footage without changing too much. So a lot of our compilations are gone, unfortunately. But it means we can monetize the channel again, which is great. Which means you guys can actually give us donations again. Yay, yay. Just to drop the hint, So Stevens Collective, what away game are you most looking forward to from the relegated League One
Bradford
teams?
City for me.
Walsall for me. I've
Yeah.
driven past that frickin' stadium so many times. I've never been inside it.
Bradford City for me, and if you go look at the other way, Salford City. So we can
Salford.
go up there and beat them.
Then we can go up there and we can absolutely abuse
Yeah.
the mank bastards that own that football
And just
club.
beat them and then send them straight back down to Sky and then put their games on when they're playing back in the conference.
So Nick Murray, Bury or Peterborough away is what you're looking forward to then, I take it. It's Joel. Do you think Newport would be able to get promoted or playoffs? I don't see any reason why not. Who would have thought we would have at the beginning of last season? Do you always wear your colours at games? Not always, no. Sometimes it depends what mood I'm
I do
in.
because I had a lucky top, which is now obviously gone, but I still look at it as we haven't lost 90 minutes when we were in that top yet.
Bringing every game from there on, mate. I'll wash it for you myself. Have we got more season tickets this year? I don't know.
1,200 was the last one. 1,250 we
Yeah.
sold. So I think we sold 1,800 last year, didn't we?
Yeah, I thought it was about 1,500, wasn't it?
Was I don't know.
If we can get 2,000 season tickets, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
2,000 would be good. But I know it's on about 1,250 at the minute.
Okay, so George WBA is in. Hello, lads. So Luke has come on the port. What was more of a shock, Leicester winning the Premier League or Anthony
Leicester by a
Joshua?
mile.
Yeah, absolutely. Because anybody could lose a boxing match if they get caught. Leicester's achievement was over a course of a
And
whole
they'll never
season.
beat them again.
It wasn't just one match.
That will never happen
No,
again. I
it
don't think
won't.
for a long
No.
time. Someone beating someone like Joshua could happen any time, like you say.
Aaron Evans, if he goes to Cardiff, he's not getting game time.
No.
That's Joe Day
Yeah.
or Labardi. I think both probably.
I can't see
Potentially.
him going for Labardi, to be honest.
Neil Wilmot, Robbie's dad. Evening, Neil. How's it going, mate? Luke County, where do you think Newport need to
I
strengthen
think we need
midfield?
another 2 midfield players and
Yeah.
a backup striker, I think,
Yeah,
as well.
100%.
And that would be it then.
Yeah. And obviously, re-sign Demetriou
Yeah.
and Labardi. Re-sign them two, get another midfielder and
Even
another
if it's
forward.
one midfielder we buy and one on loan, I don't care. But we need 2 midfielders at least and another striker.
EW Labs, predictions for next season. Was last season an anomaly or will we kick on even more?
Well,
Well,
he's
we've progressed,
improved
haven't we?
every season
Yeah.
under Flynn.
Yeah.
So I would say we either do playoffs again and win them, or we get automatic this year.
Yeah, I'm predicting a top 7 finish for us, and I think you'd be
I predicted 7 for the beginning of the season. I say this year 4th.
4th.
Yeah.
I'll go for 4th. Only thing is, 4th place never ends up winning the playoffs in League
Well, first time for everything.
2. Absolutely.
I say 4th.
Craig Hoey, evening all. Evening, Craig. How are you, mate? No news is bad news in regards to Mickey D. Well, Mickey D has actually been on holiday with
Yeah, I
his
was gonna say
family,
he's been on holiday,
so
hasn't
he's
he?
only just come
Yeah.
back. So it could be that he said to us to say, "Look, I'll be willing to sit down and talk to you. Wait till I come off holiday, and then we'll sit and talk."
Well, you got to
Or-
think of a lot of these players are still in contract until the end of June anyway.
Well,
So
yeah,
they may be looking at it thinking, well, still getting paid by the club. He's gone
Yeah.
away on holiday. Why is he in a rush at the moment to do anything?
maybe so.
Because don't forget, the season didn't finish for them until the May the 25th. And we're back to pre-season in 2 weeks. So
Okay, Mitchell Jenkins, would you rather relive the penalty shootout against Mansfield or the win against Leicester? I've got to say the penalty shootout against... It's a really good question, by the way, Mitchell. It's a really, really, really good one. But I've got to say Mansfield because that's the first time I've ever been at a high-profile penalty shootout with Newport County. Now, I've been, John Stumm's paint trophy, type of
I would say,
penalties in the
I would
past.
say the penalty shootout because there's more at stake. The FA Cup, we're never going to win it.
With the win against Leicester, it was a special moment, but we had our win against Leeds, we had our win
Yeah, and
against
we've done it
Middlesbrough
before.
as well.
We've done it before.
So if I don't get to relive Leicester again, I already had Middlesbrough and Leeds anyway. Whereas Mansfield was just something else, wasn't it? Absolutely amazing that was. Jovic, Furland, Mendy, and Milito from Porto. So is that
That's Real Madrid.
Real Madrid have signed all them? Bloody hell. So Liverpool crushed Porto 2 years in a row, and Real Madrid want to sign all their players. What? Luke County, which friendly will be most competitive? Bath?
Bath or Western, I would say.
So some old foes of ours. Is Bilic a good signing in your opinion as a manager?
West Brom, he's gone, isn't he?
yeah.
Very good manager, and I think West Ham would to be honest, I think at West Ham, the two Davids interfered too much with what Bilic was doing. And he's a very good manager, and he's proven that. He proved that at West Ham in his first season.
Yeah.
And I think he was harshly done by, to be honest.
I think the transfer policy was all wrong now. You don't become a bad manager, but then if you've got a bad set of players to use, you know, you're not going to be able to win as many games. I think with Bilic, I don't think it was his choice on who was signed. I think they had somebody else recruiting players, and they got it all wrong, and they gave him a bunch of crap.
Well, the thing was, you could see that they had the money there, West Ham, and didn't give it to Bilic because they then brought Pellegrini in, and all of a sudden spent 150 million on players. The following season, you think, hang on a minute.
Got to feel hard done by for Bilic, but he's got himself a good club now, and you've got a really fancy West Brom for promotion now with a manager like that. Claire Brazil, automatic promotion this season without a date. Oh, there you go. There's optimism for you. Happy days. Even put a bet on it on that certain. Oh, and that's where you've jinxed it, Claire. Sorry.
I never bet because I always lose. So.
No, I'm only joking. Hopefully, fingers crossed, not only do we get the automatic promotion, but you win yourself a bit of money as well. But, Claire, you're in the draw for the ball, aren't you? I'm trying to catch up on all these. Geez, we got... Oh, no, not too many, actually, no. Okay, so let's whiz through these. Will we be able to survive next season if we go up?
Why not?
Why not? Callum Morris seems to think we need a left back. If we sign Demetriou, we won't. If we don't, then...
Yeah, I've already said we probably need someone there.
So next season, meaning 2021. So if we get promoted next season, we'll be able to survive in 2021. It depends what kind of ownership model we got and what kind of investment we got in the club. Obviously,
we got a big open evening on
the
Thursday.
big open evening on Thursday, where we will be discussing the future ownership of the club, I'm sure. Thoughts on Giggs with Wales?
Really want me to thought on Giggs with Wales? Shit.
Falling.
Get him out. Didn't want him in the beginning. I think he was the only one who could take the job because there was nobody out there. I'd get rid of him there because I think we're going back 10 years with Giggs in charge, to be honest.
Do you think with Coleman out of work, Coleman would be tempted into coming back?
No.
Or do we
to be fair, I think Chris Coleman had taken us as far as we could at the time, so we got out at the right time. I think there's only one bloke for that job, and that was Pulis at the time. But Giggs, in my opinion, shouldn't have been anywhere near the Wales job at this particular moment in his career because he's not proven. He hasn't proven anything. And I think, to be honest, not because of... I got nothing against Man United whatsoever, so it's nothing to do with that. I just think Giggs is out of his depth.
Yeah.
I genuinely think he's out of his depth. And he's taken Wales back 10 years.
Right then, so how many trophies has Newport won altogether? So we got the playoffs from 2013. We got the Blue Square South from 2010.
How far do you go back? Cup winning,
the FAW Premier Cup Welsh in 2008. The Welsh Cup in 1980, the same year as the promotion. I don't think we ever won a league to get promoted.
Gloucestershire Gwent Cup or whatever it was.
God.
The Gwent Cup we won, yeah.
So there's not many trophies, but it's not a trophy thing though, is it, in the lower leagues? Tranmere going straight down after the Norwood departure. Yeah. I don't think so.
I do.
Tranmere are too big a club.
To be fair, although they beat us in the playoff final, I think he were probably one of the worst sides we played this season, to be honest, football-wise. They're not a footballing side.
But then I think they're big enough, with a big enough support to have the finances to maintain.
Struggle next year. Look at Plymouth. Plymouth got a bigger support than them, and I think a bigger club, and they come down. So.
Are Bolton in League 1 or League 2? I believe they're in League 1. Marcus May, what do you think of Gary Monk getting the boot from Birmingham? Birmingham like sacking managers who've actually done good things for them.
Swansea should never go rid of him when he was there, to be honest.
But then, as far as I'm concerned, Birmingham could have been a Premier League club right now if they'd have kept Gary Rowett a few years back. If you could only save one, who would it be? Mickey D or Labadie?
Mickey or D-Long.
I'd have to say Mickey. Yeah. Labadie is possibly one of my favourite county players of all time. But the injury proneness, you got to go with the smart option and not go with your heart, unfortunately. Spider plays Fortnite Pro players. Oh, right, okay. Yes, bro. In it. Luke Henty, surely Salford ain't balancing the books wages they're offering.
Sure they will, because
Forest Green should be getting looked at as well.
With a fair play thing, they won't be able to spend the money they're spending.
So, what's the latest with the hybrid ownership?
We don't know. We'll probably find out Thursday, I expect.
Yeah, we'll find out Thursday. We should have made it into League. What do you mean, League 1? Have you seen Arsenal have offered Celtic 15 million for Kieran Tierney? In my eyes, he's definitely worth double that, and not just because I'm a Celtic fan. I completely agree. He's a fantastic left back. I think he would be great in the Premier League, and I don't think there's an awful lot of difference between Tierney and Robertson. I think if Tierney gets the opportunity in the Premier League, he could be potentially as good as Robertson. To be honest, Ellis Williams, yes, they're a one man team. Who's that now? Tranmere, maybe. Good luck to all the Welsh teams in European competitions over the next few weeks. Yeah, until they're all right the week after. Paul Dixon's in. Good evening, gents. Good evening, Paul. How are you? It's Joel. If you could sign one player in the world, doesn't matter how much money, who would it be? If you could sign one player in the world for Newport County?
Messi, best player in the world for me.
Or you think of who would bring in the most money? Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah, I suppose
Mbappe
if you
would
look
be
at
worth
it
the most money.
realistically, who could play at our level, I'd go James Collins.
Centre back.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ginger Pelé.
Realistically, we got more realistic chance of getting him than we have.
So Nick Muller, Roy Keane left Notts Forest. Is he going to Birmingham? Don't know where his destination is, but
He's left Forest, is he?
he's left Forest as assistant manager. But it's said to pursue or to restart a career for himself as a manager. So we don't know where he's going. Matthew Marsden. In other sports you're interested in, also are there any other sports you're interested in? Not an awful lot, to be honest with you. I don't watch much sport.
No, when you say interested in watching, I don't. Obviously, I do running, cycling, and stuff. But apart from that,
I quite like the NFL.
I don't mind. I don't mind the Six Nations of rugby. I'm not a rugby fan, but I don't mind watching the Six Nations. But
yeah, I mean,
apart
I
from
don't go
that-
out of my way to watch.
the Formula One, and I quite like. Quite like a
Ooh,
Formula One.
did Hamilton win today?
I don't know that. I said
Oh,
quite
shows
like
how much he likes Formula One then, eh?
But no, when I saw him, I don't mind watching Formula One. But
Right then, so James Edwards, as a Man U fan, I'm happy for them. I think you're on about Salford then. And Giggs is just a poster boy. The FAW gave him the job because of his name. They didn't once think about the fact he has very little experience. Yep.
right.
So George is saying Messi as well. Do you think the fact that Salford are on TV first is a bit of a scam?
Yeah.
The same scam as them getting all their FA Cup games on TV as well. Got all that money, but then they're getting all the bloody TV money when there's other non-league clubs out there that could have done with that money, you know? Do you think Dan James will get much game time at United? As a Wales fan, I hope so. As a Liverpool fan, I hope he's shit for them. But no. I mean, Wales first, County, Wales, Liverpool in that order. Marcus, me can't believe Leeds are away to Salford in the cup.
Yeah, I do, because they're knocking out, and then they'll be all the Sky will be crying.
Embarrass them, embarrass them.
Put 5 past them.
Hamilton won by 20 seconds. There we go. Thank you for that one. How do you think Mo Toure gone this season? Would he better get his bloody chance?
He's got to give him a chance this year. If not, then he might as well just let him go out.
Yeah. Would you take Tom Evans back?
No.
Yes.
Reason no is the reason why I think. Obviously, looking at our midfield at the moment, yes, he's probably getting the side. But I think on last season's performance we had as a team, we need better players.
Yeah.
And I don't think Tom Evans is the answer. That's the only reason why. I think you get in the squad now because I don't think Dolan's any better than him.
Okay.
As such, I think Labadie is on his day.
Yeah.
But I don't think Dolan, and I
Sheehan on
don't
his
think
day is the
Sheehan on his
best of
day
them
is
all.
better than him. But I would say no, because we need to improve, not go back, if you know what I mean. I don't think Tom Evans is the answer.
No. Well, I
I'd
suppose
have
we'll never
him
really know.
over Dolan any day.
Okay, fair enough. So Paul Dixon, I was really looking forward to the fixtures being released, but I was annoyed by the media spin over Salford. Same year, Sky Sports are showing their first game. It's a disgrace.
We've never been
All League
shown
Two
on
fans will be
Sky
fed
in
up with
6
this.
years.
Yeah, until we got in the frigging playoffs and
And
Salford
he didn't want to show us
get their
either.
first freaking game on there, like, you know.
He didn't want to show us anything.
because-
They were hoping we didn't get to the playoffs, Sky.
It's because Gary Neville's sucking off the head freaking Sky Sports producer. George WBA, Leeds versus Salford and MK
I
versus
understand
Wimbledon.
MK
Good draw.
Wimbledon.
It's a good draw. Leeds and Salford. I can understand the interest there because there's such a Man United influence at Salford, and Leeds and Man United have been big rivals for
I
years.
understand the MK Wimbledon as well, but
So Paul Dixon, Fraser Frank's club match is not being played at Ronnie Parade. Where is it being
it's been
played?
played at
Spitty
Spitty.
Park or Newport Stadium, as it's also known as. George, we got Millwall in the same league, and we played them 3 days earlier in the league. I find that happens a lot. You tend to draw people in the cup
Yeah,
when
I
you're playing
find that
against them in
because
the league.
I always look at that. You got Liverpool and Arsenal play on the Saturday, and then the draw will be on the Sunday for the FA Cup, and they'll get drawn against Liverpool or something like that. The same team they play each other. You're right there. The following fixture will be the cup game where they play each other.
So Addis makes a really good statement here. Mbappe would score goals, Messi would win games.
Yes.
Correct, but Mbappe would fetch more money,
What
which for
people
me
got
would
to
be the important
realise is
thing.
Messi is not a striker as such. He is not an 8-and-8 striker. He is he's actually a midfield player, Messi.
Technically, an attacking
He's
midfield
a
slash
number 10.
forward.
He's not a number 9. He's a number 10.
Yeah.
So he's one that would sit just in between midfield and attack.
Well, I see more as a number 7, if anything. A talisman more than anything, to be honest with you. It's Joel. Do Katie want to move stadiums because of the rugby? Pretty much, yeah. The rugby
Well,
are a pain in the arse.
again, hopefully we'll find out Thursday what's happening about that. Because we only got 2 seasons left now after this.
Is that right? No.
Yeah, 2012, 2013 we moved there. The first season Edinburgh was there.
Yeah, but then we moved there, but then we had an initial 1 year. Then it was 10 years following from that, so it's 3 seasons we got left there.
Yeah, 2 years after this one coming up.
Yeah, that'll be the one. So West Brom were on Sky 17 times last season, not even including the playoffs. Bloody hell. That's a lot, isn't it? Considering you play 46 games, that's like a 30 games on TV. Jeez. Labadi is one of the best midfielders in the league on his day. I'd agree with that.
You're saying about Cameron Pring there. I'll tell you one midfielder we should have been trying to sign. Ben Kennedy.
Yes, completely agree.
I think we should have gone to Stevenage and said, what's it going to cost to get him out of this contract if they don't want him?
If they don't want him, they'd like...
Because he fell out with a manager anyway.
Well, the thing with Ben Kennedy is if they didn't want him there, that they would want his wage budget anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me unless if something's on the cards. Because at the end of the day, if he's out there, obviously he had a 2-year deal with them. I think he still had a year left, so he'll have a year left come June the 30th. So unless a club are waiting, thinking, well, come June the 30th, we only got to pay a year's contract for him, not 2.
I mean, Cameron Pring. I would take Cameron Pring back purely because of his pace. Now, if he's learned a bit from his loan spell with us,
Didn't really see a lot of him, but when he did play, he seemed quite nifty and handy.
Yeah,
and
I think he should have got given more chances. So, answer to that, Luke, is yes, I would. Why is Salford getting so much respect by Sky and the Elf? Says Harold 20. I don't know, mate. Well, I know it's because of Gary Neville and the Man United thing. It's annoying. So now we've got to catch up with these now. Let's whiz through them. Ellis Williams, we're unbeaten in 13 games that only went to 90 minutes. Good shade. So let's keep that. We got an unbeaten run to maintain. Would you take Sam Foley back? No, we got to move on. I believe. Yeah. I think he's had his day. It's Joel. If you could pick a Newport side for the starting game next season, what would it be in formation?
Oh, bloody hell. Don't know who's going to be there.
We got to wait and get once we get a squad, ask me that question again. But sorry, we got to whiz through and we got to catch up so we can do the draw for the ball now. Brad Eckley, would Healy get in over Matt and Hammond, Cardiff fan?
I would say over Matt to a point, yes. Because I think Healy's more of an 8-and-8 striker than Matt. Matt plays off. Matt holds a ball up. Healy's more of a get a ball to him, run on the goal and score.
Yeah.
Matt plays better with his back to goal.
Yeah.
So, but I'd love the three of them in the squad.
I'd love Healy in the squad though, definitely. So the final one before we do the draw now then, guys. Paul Dixon, I'm praying the weather holds good for Fraser Frank's match against Chelsea. With the amount of rain we are having, it could cause a problem. Hopefully we'll see that after the rain we're getting this week.
July's usually a good month for weather.
So fingers crossed we'll be alright on that one. So, draw time now. I've got the list here of everybody who has been entered. So to put in a valid entry, you had to go on our Facebook page, make sure you like the Facebook page, like the post, share the post, and put in Up the County. Then go onto our Twitter, make sure you follow our Twitter, and then tweet out tagging us saying Up the County. Then YouTube, this one, of course. You have to go on there, make sure you subscribe, and then pick any video and say Up the County. Now, we had over 40 people say Up the County on Facebook, but then only a fraction of them decided to do anything on Twitter, and then not every person on Twitter decided to do the thing on YouTube. So unfortunately, we've only got 16 entries, and these are the ones who actually got a valid entry. So Liz Urquhart, Brian Howells, Colton Jamie, Joe Law, Simon Morris, Paul Morris, Leanne Andrews, Dean Gould, Chris Herbert, Tegan Godden, Claire Brazell, Oliver Allen, Luke Lewis, Phil Harvey, Sally Morris, and Kieran Jameson. So the time has come. Now, my good lady decided to help me out here. I've got a little bit of a tub, and all of those names I just read out are all in this little thing here. So I'm giving it a good shake up. Now, Kev has also been here and seen Leanne do it, and can confirm that all those names,
all them names
are individually and only put in there once. So every single person on that list, I just read out, is in here and only once. Kevin, let's do the honours, please. Oh, he's picked one. This is it. So the winner is Leanne Andrews. Just to prove it, if you can read backwards, Leanne Andrews is the winner of the ball. Congratulations, Leanne. We'll make arrangements with you to get that ball to you as soon as possible. Drop us a message on our Facebook page, and we will make an arrangement whether you pop it through the post, or if you're in the Newport general area, we'll see if we can bring it down to your house for you. But do we have the ball? We have the ball right here. Just to show it is the actual article. It is an official EFL ball with the Newport County badge on it, and as you can see, it has been signed by last season's squad. Signatures all over the mother. So there you go, Leanne Andrews. That's your prize. Thank you to all of you who entered. If you didn't enter, if you did enter and you unfortunately lost, then you can still bid for the ball. There's another ball. We got 2 of them. You can bid for another ball. We got an auction going on our eBay page, and that has just been shared not too long ago on our Facebook. Or well, it's going to be shared on our Facebook at some point this evening. So now we've had a really good football chat. Where are we now? Right, so how many goals will Podge and Matt together score next season? Hopefully as many as last.
Yeah.
Craig Hoey, think it would be awesome having the South Wales derby again. I think so. It's good for Welsh football to have that rivalry back between Swansea and Cardiff. But it would be being to let down with all the trouble that will definitely happen. They got to make it bubble trips then, I suppose. So North Devon, Grecian, Exeter signed 2 decent players this window, but they sold Pim and Boateng. 2 of your best players. Hopefully the 2 you brought in for your sake.
Struggle this year. I think Exeter will struggle this year. They've missed out on the playoffs the last couple of years. They always blow it after Christmas. I think this year they're going to struggle. Right
then. So Claire's saying obviously well done to Leanne for winning the ball. Congratulations, Leanne. You need to do them questions again. We'll get the questions on. Don't you worry. Where's the trivia? Oh, look, yeah. So first of all, Ellis has asked Matt Akinde or Newbury. I'm going Matt.
Akinde for me.
I think Akinde
proven at this level. Proven number of times at this level. Matt, yes, he's done it with Plymouth. Did he at Blackpool to a point, but I think Akinde, everywhere Akinde's gone, he's proven it.
Okay, so now here we go. Question number 1 on the trivia. Now this is a who am I? And right, okay, I'll just get straight into it. So basically I'm going to describe a player and their career, and you've got to guess who it is. So I am a Premier League and League Cup winner who played for 5 clubs during my career. I started and finished my career in London. I made 81 international appearances. Who am I? So I'll read that again for you guys. I am a Premier League and League Cup winner who played for 5 clubs during my career. I started and finished my career in London. I made 81 international appearances. Who am I?
Felino Jardine.
So Colin Simmons has gone with Anelka. That is incorrect, I'm afraid. Although he definitely does fit the profile.
Yes.
It's not him though, because I don't think he would have got 81 caps for France, would he? Scotty Parker, incorrect.
You see Scotty Parker.
Thierry Henry.
Good shaped.
Nope, it's not Thierry Henry. Anelka didn't finish in London. That's right. He finished his career in England in London and started it in London. Drogba, incorrect. So he played for 5 different clubs, but he started in London and finished in London. 5 different clubs. Now, if somebody ends up getting this, I want to know who the 5 clubs are as well, because I don't think that you guys will get it. So I got a feeling Come on the Port wanted to say Lampard there, which it's not. If it was, why am I thinking of Tevez? But I know that ain't even close. Well, funny enough, he started his career at Boca Juniors, obviously, but then I think he finished his career at Boca then, didn't he? He went back.
Yeah, but he obviously started at West Ham in this country and then went to Man City and went back abroad. So.
George WBA, that's difficult. It is. Yeah, I'm putting the difficult ones out there, the ones that you guys can't Google either. I mean, you can Google some of them to an extent, but Gallas is incorrect, Luke.
Who does he play for?
Yeah. So if you've just joined us and we're on the trivia section of the stream, this is the question. I am a Premier League and League Cup winner. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of a clue. He has won more than just the Premier League and League Cup, but the question that I managed to find was, well, this is how it was worded. So I'm a Premier League and League Cup winner. I suppose you can say, okay, he's a Champions League winner as well then, okay? He is a Champions League winner as well, who played for 5 clubs during my career. I started and finished my career in London. I made 81 international appearances. Who am I? So, not many people getting close to this yet. Steve Finnan, incorrect. Do you think it's time to drop in another clue? Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Ashley Cole. That's good, but it's wrong. Besides, he hadn't finished his career. He was playing at Derby last season. Lineker or Shearer? No, Carl Robson Kanu. Check is incorrect. So you got to think they started their career in London. So their first team they ever played for was in London, and the last team they ever played for was in London. I can give you a clue that he is English. He's an Englishman. So Giroud is obviously incorrect. Rambo. There we go. So it wasn't rest in peace Ferdinand. Rio Ferdinand is the correct answer. Way. Finally we got there. It is Rio Ferdinand. Now the 5 clubs. Who can name the 5 clubs Rio Ferdinand played for? So obviously Carlton Cole is incorrect, but Rio Ferdinand is the right answer, guys. Who can name the 5 clubs he played for? So yes, he did play for Leeds, and he played for West Ham, because that's what we started with, was West Ham, and then moved to Leeds, QPR and United. Yep, so there's one other club he played for, and I don't think any of you are going to get it. No, none of you are going to get this right. I know for a fact, unless you Google it. So if you get it right, I know you Googled it, or unless you're such a devout West Ham fan that you remember when he was at the club, because I'm going to give you another clue, he played on loan for someone.
I knew it.
Kev knows it, only because I told him just before we started.
I knew he played for them anyway.
So Ellis were well past guessing who it is. It was Rio Ferdinand ages ago. There you go, Claire. Bournemouth. So well done, Claire was quickest with the Google. Well done, Claire. So we're moving on to question number 2 then. So yeah, so the 5 clubs he played for was West Ham, Bournemouth on loan, Leeds, Man United and QPR in that order. So now here's a really, really tasty one. And this is one that you could Google, but it would take you some time. So you're better off just trying to get it right, because if you're cheating the trivia, you're cheating yourselves at the end of the day. Which 4 players won the Premier League with Arsenal in 1998, 2002 and 2004? So 4 Arsenal players won the Premier League with them in 98, 2002 and 2004. So David Seaman is actually incorrect, and so is Henri. Sol Campbell is incorrect. Henri is incorrect. Henri was not there in 98. Tony Adams is incorrect. So Vieira is correct, yes. Overmars is not right. Bergkamp, yes. Tony Adams, no. Perez, no. Wiltord, no. So you've still got 2 left. So far, you've got Bergkamp and Vieira. Martin Keown is correct, so you need one more. Ian Wright is not correct. You got one more. And this is the one that you said that no one's going to get it right. Layman is wrong. Layman is incorrect. Layman is not correct. There's one more. Ashley Cole, nope. Nope. So there's just one more. Time to get with the clues, do you reckon?
Well,
Seaman, nope.
I'll give you a clue if you want it.
What's the Swede
Well,
called?
I'll give you the clue.
Oh, you're thinking of Freddie Lundberg, but that's incorrect as well.
I'll give you a clue.
Carnu's incorrect.
He is regularly on 5 Live. Or was it Talk Sport? Talk Sport. He's regularly on Talk Sport.
He was a midfielder. He was English.
Yeah, and he's regularly on Talk Sport.
And he was made a lot more famous from it was a piece of commentary from Tim Lovejoy. There we go. Ray Parlour. Ray Parlour is correct. Ray Parlour is the one. So that was the four: Dennis Bergkamp, Martin Keown, Ray Parlour, and Patrick Vieira. So guys, we got one more. We got one more question for you before we wrap this stream up. So, who is, now this is a really, really good one, and this is one you're never going to be able to Google. Who is the only player to win the FA Cup at the old Wembley, the new Wembley, and the Millennium Stadium? So who is the only player who's won an FA Cup at all three stadiums that FA Cup finals have been played at? So old Wembley, new Wembley, and Millennium Stadium. The only player to win an FA Cup at all three stadiums. So Thierry Henry is incorrect. Gerrard is incorrect. Gerrard won one. Fair enough. He's won one at... Oh, no, did he win? No. He's only ever won two at the Millennium Stadium, Gerrard. Ryan Giggs is incorrect. Lampard is incorrect. Owen is incorrect. Dennis Wise is also incorrect. So no correct answers yet. Czech is incorrect. Robbie Fowler is incorrect. There we go. The Matthew 1997. Vieira. Patrick Vieira. So somebody asked for the question to be repeated. So who is the only player to have won the FA Cup at the old Wembley, the new Wembley, and the Millennium Stadium? And the answer was Patrick Vieira. So well done on that. So fair play. Some of you were really quick on some of them. And when we thought we were going to have to pretty much spell it out for you, someone ended up getting it. So well done. So some good trivia questions there. Hope you all enjoyed them.
I was surprised the Ferdinand one didn't go as quick as it did. I thought someone would have got that quicker.
Gerrard did not, I'm afraid. Gerrard didn't win the FA Cup at the old Wembley. No. Gerrard only came into the Liverpool squad in 1999. But then Liverpool won the FA Cup in 2001 then at the Millennium Stadium, and then won it again in 2006, which was one of the final.
Yeah, it was the last one because they beat West Ham.
So there we go. Your mate looks happy. Ooh, Kev. Well, he's not really. He's a miserable twat, usually.
I might not because there's no football. So I can't abuse any managers on the terrace.
So Kolo Touré did not, I'm afraid, mate. No, Kolo Touré joined Arsenal in the early, I think it was around about 2001. So he didn't win it in 1998, I'm afraid. So yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the trivia questions. So Luke Lewis is saying thanks for the positive comments on the blog. No problem, mate. It's a very, very good blog, mate. So make sure you keep the content flowing, and we will definitely be sharing it for you. And I hope all you guys will follow Luke's progress.
Women's World Cup, Kev. What's that about?
Women's World Cup.
What about that?
Yeah, what about it? West Brom should have won the cup in 08. Ooh. Who was the... Ooh.
Did they play in 08?
08 was the one when Portsmouth beat Cardiff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Cardiff.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
He said there's no football on the Women's World Cup.
I mean, the county I'm on about. I can't shake to the manager, can I, from the terrace at the Women's World Cup because I'm going to ticket.
So, favourite League One team? Don't think they've really got one.
My favourite League One team? I haven't got one, but the team I'd like to see get promoted is Pompey. Yeah. I just think they're a bigger club than that. They need to be back where they should be.
So Marcus May, your trivia questions are decent, fair play, mate. Oh, there we go. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated, mate. Joseph B got done by Kanu handball in the semis. I remember that now. Yep. So Paul Dixon with the passing of Justin. Will you produce a flag for the Orient game next season? That is the plan, mate. We're waiting for our designer to come back with a design, and then we're going to get it priced up. Because we've managed to make a good bit of money this year on YouTube, and if there is any sort of last second donations to be made today, guys, it will be appreciated. If not, make sure you're supporting the channel as much as you can. As many views and likes and comments as you can, because it all adds up, and then it all generates more extra money for us. So happy days. Where are we now? So Bradley Little, hi mate, Yeovil fan. Have no idea what happened to us after we beat you 6-0. All the best for next season. I think you used up all your good fortune to get that result.
I think when you beat us 6-0, you still weren't the best side to play at Rodney Parade, to be honest. I thought you were poor still, I did, to be honest.
I thought you caught us on the break an awful lot, and we just didn't know how to deal with it.
20 in the middle was a great player. Was it Almuda or whatever?
I think a few of your players had the games of their lives. I think selling Jordan Green didn't do you any favours in the end.
Well, he was down the bottom a couple of seasons. He should have gone down 2 years ago. But
so Nasir Islam, I'll be at the Orient game. Do you reckon Joe Day will come to Bristol Rovers? No,
because he got that keeper.
It's looking pretty nailed. Pretty nailed that he's going to be going to Cardiff by the signs of it, mate. Did you stream last week? No, it was Father's Day, and me and Leanne, our plans with both our dads throughout the entire day. Didn't get home till late, so couldn't do a stream. But we're back this week. Kev is back. We've been going for nearly an hour now, and no, it's been great, isn't it? It's been a great stream, guys. So thanks all for joining in and making it a good one. So Steve Evans is the bookie's favourite for the Doncaster job. He hasn't even managed to keep at Gillingham yet. That's very strange, isn't it?
That bloke Steve Evans, God, he's...
Oh yeah, I just realised we got to play the frigging Gillingham, haven't we?
Yeah, Bellend. Give the Gab, you go.
Any news on Mickey? It's very quiet. He's been on holiday, mate, so he's only just coming back. And word had it that beforehand, his missus had been talking to people saying that he wasn't going to decide until he come back off holiday. So this coming week could be the one. So Javier Hernandez, hello,
Chicharito.
You saying like, yeah, Chicharito, that's the one. Best county player. I've got to say Hammond.
Tommy Tynan for me. If you go, it depends whether you say now or ever. In actual fact, if you go in best county player ever,
John Aldridge.
Keith Oakes for me. One of the best defenders ever to wear a Newport County shirt.
Good shape, mate. Best sporting moment of 2019 so far. Best sporting moment. There's been a few though. We've got the Wales Grand Slam in the Six Nations, maybe.
Yeah.
You've got Liverpool winning the Champions League. Man City and Liverpool. 98 and 97 points, possibly the greatest Premier League run ever.
On a personal note, I'd say County getting to Wembley in the playoff final.
Yeah, loved it. Rodriguez, is that Jay Rodriguez? Is that a 5 million release clause? That's a fucking joke, that is, mate. You want to get that sorted out straight away. Because if you lose him for 5 million, whoever negotiate that contract and he's shooting. Liam Graham, wish you got promoted so Bristol Rovers versus Newport Derby could happen. Yeah, they were pretty good, weren't they? Because what I want is to be in the same division as you guys, and to be in the same division as Wrexham as well. One day, all of us in the same division. So we've got Cardiff. 2 derbies, or Cardiff as well. Yeah, that'd be great. And Bristol City, so it could be a straight shootout in that area. Lots of local games as well. Sterling disallowed goal. Great call, Liam. Yeah. Wembley was a depressing day. It absolutely was.
It was depressing, but I still think it was a highlight.
AJ losing, yeah. The fat Mexican beating AJ.
For me,
I wouldn't say it was a good thing because he's a British boxer.
I didn't think it was a surprise, to be honest, because I think
it was. He never went in that fight thinking he was going to lose. I don't think anyone thought he was going to lose that, though, did they?
But that Lewis wasn't as bad as everyone made out.
No,
he hadn't lost.
He had pedigree about him, yeah, but he was a fat twat, and
it doesn't matter. You hit someone big you
are. A fat bastard beat a big rip bloke.
I genuinely think Joshua should never have been in that fight. He should have been pulled out of it because apparently he had concussion from sparring. And got knocked out during sparring.
But then the other thing as well is so a fat bastard beat AJ in a boxing match, and then statistics show that females prefer a dad bod to a six pack. So, I mean, I've already got my female, my good lady sat just over there.
So he beat Joshua and had a load of women afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely, beating him off with a shitty stick. Ajax getting so far in the Champions League. I think the Champions League semi-finals, just as a whole, you got to look at. Do you think Higazi is the most underrated Albion player? I wouldn't say he's underrated though, is he really? He's a good player. I don't think he's amazing, but he's still a good player. So I wouldn't say he's underrated. Fury's the best in the world, should have beat Wilder after being 8 for 2.5 years. Fury will come back strong.
I wouldn't say he's the best boxer, but what I will say about Fury is from where he's come after 2.5 years to where he is now, I think it's fantastic.
I think he could win them all.
But I'd love to see him fight Joshua, if Fury and Joshua fight, just to shut up everyone, so everyone's saying he's better than him and he's better than him.
Fury, pound for pound, the best in the heavyweight division.
I don't know.
I think
I would have said, I don't know, I still think Joshua will take it.
Will Notts County bounce back up, or Wrexham finally
Wrexham will never get promoted.
Well, who's better, Klopp or Guardiola? As much as I love Klopp, you've got to go with Guardiola. You've got to, but Klopp isn't far behind. Trust me.
You've got to say Guardiola. Look what he's done at Barca. Look what he's done at Man City.
I suppose you can say look at what Klopp done at Dortmund, but I think Klopp, if Klopp can continue doing what he's doing with Liverpool, he's still up there with him. The highlight of 2019 will be when Gary hands Salford the BBC Sports Personality Award for Team of the Year. He will be waxing. Yeah, fuck's sake.
He won't be Team of the Year because they get relegated next year.
Hopefully. Do you think Qatar can upset Argentina? Probably not. I doubt it. But who knows? Football's a funny old game. Anyway, guys, you've had us for over an hour and over an hour now. I know Kev's missus is going to be beating him up the arse when he gets in if he doesn't get home soon. So where will Newport finish this season? Top 3?
I say 4th. I think we'll win automatic, but I'm going for 4th. I said 7th last season, we did, so I'm going 4th.
And then Joe's saying about the scenes, if the 2022 World Cup goes
It won't go to England, they'll go to USA if it goes anywhere.
What, from Qatar?
Yeah, America are favourites for it. I think they'll go to America. They've already got the grounds ready to play it in.
Yeah. So but I suppose you can say England as well, and they did get swindled.
America were promised it originally anyway. Yeah. Before Platini started taking backhanders and splatter.
Yeah.
So America were already promised it.
Wankers, aye. Right then, so on that note then, guys, it's time to call it a day. So thank you all very much for contributing to the stream. It's been absolutely quality. So same again next week. Trivia will be back. And if we can get the subscribers, there is a signed shirt up for grabs on a stream, a live stream competition where the best question wins. That is going to happen again. So make sure you get everybody you know to subscribe to the channel, because as soon as we hit 3,000, that shirt is up for grabs on the very next stream. So get on it. Thank you all. Kevin, thank you for joining us. And thank you, Leanne, for producing the draw material for us. Leanne Andrews, congratulations on your signed ball. Good night, everybody.
We'll see you all at the pre-season friendlies in Weston and Bath.
Oh, yeah, can't wait. Good night, all. Cheers for now, and as always, up the county.